Yeah, I'm testing. Is the microphone too crunchy? Because I've changed my microphone. Is it too crunchy or something or anything? It's an issue. Let me know if it's like, because I've noticed in the past couple of changes been really crunchy. So I tried something different. Let me know. Hello everyone. Yes, everyone's like freaking hammering down my door. Hello Gab, hello Nori Sama, hello Stria, hello Blue the sheep. Welcome. So I am going to be pulling for Hilda today. You can see in the corner I've done some translations of her kit already, but I decided to start a little earlier off schedule because Ice Snow posted an additional dev note after Hilda was added. So for those that don't know, basically Hilda, we're just gonna go. 我们立刻进正题吧. Let's immediately go to the main topic. So basically, Hilda is an Aurum Secretum summoner, right? Which means that she's part of Hypatia Lysandra's team. So first of all, I will say, be very excited. It's really strong. It's really strong. But the use does seem a bit limited towards long fights from what I can see from the kit so far, but it does seem really strong. The issue is that was really confusing for a lot of people, including me, because I was like, I don't understand where half of this kit is coming from. Where it's coming from is there is a new mechanic. So if I actually make this bigger so you guys might probably see this a bit better. Can you guys see? I don't know. Hold on, let me make this small and then make the whole thing big. Yeah, okay, I don't know if you guys can see that. But basically, there is a new mechanic introduced for Aurum summoners and Aurum summons, which is called resonance, resonating. You know the thing that Hypatia and all of them do in the event, and she's like, you know, magical glowy shit and with the constructs, and then she makes it do stuff. Yeah, it's like that, resonance, you know? So it's like a special state that can only be entered by Aurum summoned creatures. So not the sinners, the summons. When these summons that are resonating use their alts of their owner. So for example, if Hypatia and her summon are alive, if Hypatia casts her alt and her summon is, you know, attacking, it's not stunned, it's alive, the summon instead is what casts the alt. And Hilda is similar, she does a similar thing with her summon. So in that scenario, when the summon casts the alt of the owner, other resonating summons will also do the same and cast the alt of their owner. So basically, let's say you have Hilda and Hypatia resonating, both of them, then it's going to, like, let's say Hilda alts, Hypatia will alt once as well for free. It's going to do some amount less damage, we're not sure how much yet, it doesn't have a number, but it's an extra cast. So obviously that's a good thing. Second, effects such as buffs, damage increase, so on and so forth, CC immune, all those things, those that are labeled as a resonance effect or resonating effect will also apply to other fellow resonating summoned creatures. So let's say in part of Hilda's kit is, according to whatever blah 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 stack she has, she will get CC immunity, she will get damage dealt by whatever increase. If she and Hypatia are both resonating, Hypatia will get this bonus as well. So that's kind of like they're sharing their buffs, you know, resonating. You know what I mean, y'all? See where I'm going at? Yeah, I think that's like the general idea. I like it. I think it's an interesting gimmick. You know, everyone gets strong, everyone does the damage together, everyone gets the buff together. I think that's nice. I think it's interesting. It's a little something new, you know, just like hyper buff one sinner. I like it. So the part that was weird was that there was no way to resonate, is the thing. Why are there people? Why are there people? Why are there so many people? What's going on? What's up, y'all? What's happening? Anyway, but yeah, so clearly there was no way to resonate. And so Eisner published this developer's note here, and it says, not this one. Oh, here. sometime soon, there is going to be a new S-rank sinner who can cause aurum summons to enter the resonant state. So it's not, Hilda cannot cause this. Hilda has the trait, but she cannot cause resonance. It seems like Hypatia can't cause resonance either. It's a new teammate, a very important S-rank. It's a new S-rank teammate, so it is not an A rank. We cannot expect a budget team like Bleed. It's not gonna be like, oh, this A rank is like Sean for Bianca. No, it's an S rank. Okay, it's an S rank specifically. So I think like that's really important to set people's expectations. This new S rank sinner, sometime in the near future, we don't know when. They just say soon. Okay, they didn't say next patch. They just said soon. They will be able to cause this resonance. Personally, I think I'm okay with that, but there are there are concerns. I've been seeing that people are annoyed because part of the changes was that they changed how Hypatia works, right? Because Hypatia didn't have this resonance effect in the past, right? So they were kind of annoyed. They were like, oh, you guys just changed sinners in the past with no warning, like not just reforge, but just outright change how they work, outright change the system. So people were kind of not happy about that. Me personally, my opinion is, in this specific scenario, I'm not talking about other scenarios, okay? This specific scenario, Hypatia wasn't really doing anything. She didn't have a team or anything. I would rather they change how a team that's not being used at all works and make it usable than just leave it do nothing in the future. You know? I think this is better. At least people who like Hypatia can use her now. Right? Personally, for this situation, I feel like it was the right move, but I kind of see the point as well where maybe it sets a bad precedent. Like, they might just change sinners as they feel like for whatever self-justified reason, you know? So I kind of see it, but I personally think this is a good thing myself. Yeah, exactly. Like, for example, electrocution. It would be like kind of spicy for them to change how electrocution works now, because you have quite a few electrocution sinners. But if it made them viable, I wouldn't be super against it myself, though again, I do think it could set a bad precedent. So jury's out on whether that's a good thing or not. I think we just have to keep faith that the company's not going to be greedy, because if they are, we're fucked. But if they're not, then, you know, it's fine. So I think it comes down to whether you trust the company or not. Anyway, that's what this bonus announcement is for. They also mentioned in this patch note, basically here, that the design of the Aurum Secretum team is supposed to be for longer fights, and that it's not as, how do I call it, pilot heavy. Like, it's not as like mechanically intensive as like shield stack or something, or like low key high level arcane crit. And also they are aiming to make it so that it doesn't interfere with shield stack. So I think their goal is to make it so that the optimal team for this doesn't become half Aurum, half shield stack. Like, it's happened with most teams, you know, like it's half arcane crit, half shield stack, half the Cresta, half shield stack, half summer, half shield stack. So I think there's like a possibility they might fuck it up, but if they have said that they're specifically designing to avoid it, I guess they can probably make it work. All roads lead back to Demon. You guys, have you not seen what I wrote on the Sin page? New main DPSs come and go. Demon stays forever. He's always there. Here. So it says here, it's like about the changes done to Hypatia. So it's basically what I was talking about earlier. Like, people were concerned about the changes to Hypatia, etc, etc. So because, and Eisner is like, okay, so sorry because it bothered you guys, and then it hurt the trust between us. So blah 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 blah, all that kind of things. We will learn from this. You know, like an apology. They're being Yahoo. They're apologizing, and then they give 10 free polls. So I don't know if we'll get 10 free polls on a global server. But here, because also I think one thing worth noting is that they also said here that Hypatia will go on to a directional arrest, 明轨道的轨明轨将追. Is that the tones for this? Did I get them wrong? 明轨轨道的轨 right? 轨 my god, I can't. Native Chinese speaker, by the way. But at the end of October for them on the Chinese server, they are going to get a directional arrest with Hypatia in it, which personally I think is a scam because I don't like directional banners. So I'm like, you're telling me that Hypatia's routine arrest finished, and then this banner came out, and then you're giving them a directional at the end of October for a 35% win rate. Low key, this is a scam. I know, I see what you're doing. This is low-key a scam. I'm not sure this was the move. They should have made it like, I don't know, maybe they should have made like collective arrest a 50% rate. Like, this is a good chance to change it collective to directional to a 50% rate and gain some trust back from the community. You know, like, okay, we've heard this, because of these complaints and our trust with the community has been damaged. We are going to change we're going to give you the directional banner, and we are also going to change the directional banner to a 50 on whoever you pick, and then like, I don't know, like a 20 or like a 30 on the other one, and then the remainder is like anyone, you know? Like, this was a great chance to do that. I don't know why they didn't do that. But maybe they just didn't think of it, or they just don't want to change that banner. Anyway, the banner is a fucking scam. So, Godspeed. Not many people will be able to play this team because I don't think many people will have Hypatia, especially not at high shackles. So that's kind of like what was going on. That's why I wanted to come on early to talk about this. But again, I think it ultimately comes down to how much do you trust this company to not be greedy, basically. So do you? You know, and this is our new sinner, Hilda. Lo, she's very white hair, depressed, sound wave. Someone wrote, famous PTN musician Sun wrote, well, Cecilia, I guess, wrote a thing. Hold on, it was pink, so it should be my inbox. So if I had something for every time, wait, where is it? Nar, where is it? It's just she's very weirdly similar to 11 Loki. It's like, oh yeah, I found it. It was like, she was like, wow, if I had $1 for every time that E really likes a 3x3, 30 cost alt, 1 core damage, magic damage, wears a dress/skirt with a thigh-high slit, stockings, and a long robe, is a magic summoner themed around sound waves, and has white or silver hair, I'd have $2, which isn't much, but it's weird that happened twice. Like, wow, what can I say? So yeah, I really liked her design when she came up, so I probably was going to pull her, and then I saw she was a summoner, and then I got more into her kit, and I was like, hang on. This is like, why am I seeing 11 again? And she even has like very, you know, she's very, I don't know if you guys can see that, but she's very 身材普通, you know? Average figure, like 11. So I was like, I still can't believe that was part of the design though. Anyway, so we get into the kit. If we go into the suspect pursuit. So for this patch, there's only one S rank. There's no A rank because this is a new type of event. It's a fathomless. I think Juju translated as what, fathomless corridor or something like that. I forgot what I translated as, something ugly. So basically, the concept of it, this is like, I guess like very mild story spoilers. The concept of this is that, you guys know the depth of restricted area crime brand? The flavor text is like, there's like a place destroyed by suspect R in the prologue, and like even Nightingale and Chief never had access, like the staff and even Chief have never had access there. Yeah, we're going in there now. So turns out what's in there are sinners who, to put it lightly, have been put on ice because they're too dangerous or some other reason. They're just there in like the depths of the MBCC. They've just been there this whole time. Apparently we just didn't know. They've just been there, and she's one of them? Question mark. I think, like, I'm not actually sure. The concept of this new type of event is like that. Whether like she's coming to assist us or like she's from there or something, I don't know. Okay, but it's something related to the depth of restricted area. So we're going back to where we were in the prologue, basically. You know the part where like suspect R ties us up with the monster? Yeah, we're going back in front of that big ass triangle door. Remember that? Yeah, we're going back there. So that's what's happening. The plot is progressing, guys. Plot is happening. So we head in the battle to look at her kid. Yo, the freaking internet connection. My net has been so bad today. It took me 4 hours to download a 600 megabyte patch. I wanted to end it all. It was so bad. So basically, the concept of Hilda is she... Oh my god, what is this fricked up map? Okay, so let me start the battle so I can just like show you guys. So this is her summon. I'm calling it the what I call it, news collector? No, news receiver. Yes, her summon is the news receiver. So she's kind of based on like codes. So like the film around her is actually strips of paper with like Morse code. You guys can kind of see like here. This is actually Morse code. So she's kind of like intercepting sound waves. It's like communication. So that's the idea, that this machine is like helping her intercept them, so she gets like information and shit. So that's her summon. Similar to Hypatia, she summons it at the beginning of the battle, and every 12 seconds. What's annoying is that it inherits 100% of attack, which always makes me sad. I like it when summons inherit a higher amount of attack. For example, Shuma. Shuma inherits 120%. I can't believe I know that off the top of my head. 120% attack. What else? Oh, there we go. So every 12 seconds, this news receiver will try to trigger the ability news collection. So it's gonna scan for news in the air every 12 seconds. So for each allied sin on the field, and for each Aurum Secretum summoned creature, so these things, then oh wait, you guys can barely see it. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, there. She's behind it. There you go. See, okay, that. This is the important part. So for each allied sinner, for each Aurum Secretum summoned creature, so important, it has to be an Aurum creature. It can't just be like any summon. It can't be just like summers. It can't be like 11. It has to be Aurum type specifically. The kind Hypatia has, the kind she has specifically. For each of these units on the field, she gains 1 stack of news. The really interesting part is, news is a unique type of stack to Hilda. It can stack up to 600 times. Yes, that's not a typo. 600. Each time she gets 1 stack, she gains a damage dealt increase of 1%. Yes, you see that correctly. 600 stacks. Each stack's 1%. 600%. Yes, you multiply her damage by 6. And that's not the craziest part. Okay? I wish that was the craziest part. Her P2, let's just skip to the P2. For P2, for each stack of news, additionally causes blah 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 blah, to damage blah blah. And this buff effect works at a 50% reduced effectiveness on other Aurum summoned creatures, which means at full stacks, just Hilda will buff Hypatia for 300% damage. Do you guys know how much you damage Shin buffs? Shin, let's just double attack. Okay, for example, let's double the effect of what attack does. So Shin does 30. S5 Shin, by the way, 35%. 35.7% attack or something. 35% attack. That's 70. 70 plus 40% normal attack, and then plus 36 from damage dealt. That's like, that's like 250. Bro, what is going on? And there's already videos proving that in 3 minutes with just 2 Aurum creatures, so just Hypatia and just Hilda, it's possible to get around 400 stacks, 400-ish stacks in TOA. So for the final burst, you get like around 400 stacks. So for your final burst, she just, again, just Hilda, just this part, by the way, we're not counting the rest of this yet, just this part, for 200% plus to Hypatia, just this part. Like, what the fuck? You know, it was 480, but that was like when the boss was dead, so most of the burst phase will be a bit less than that, so I would more conservatively estimate 400. This is too crazy. I thought I mistranslated, and then people in Sin were sending videos of non-shield stack Hypatia team with Hilda doing 300 million damage to Tides of Ashes. I was like, non-shield stack? Hypatia doesn't even do damage right now. You're telling me one new unit makes her do 300 million, and yes, I checked the damage. Hypatia did like 70-something% of it. So I was like, what the fuck? Non-shield sack, no demon to be seen anywhere. I was, what's going on? That's crazy. And again, her full team's not even out yet, because apparently we're getting another, we don't know when. They say soon, we don't know when it's soon. They say we're getting another S rank for this team. So yeah. But anyway, so we go back to the rest of it. So that's kind of like what these stacks are. Yes, if I move this. So it's a shackle thing. So this is the stacks of Muse. You can see next to the HP bar of the summon. I think it's her S1. Her S1 makes her gain 30 stacks immediately at the start of the fight, but at S0 you just start with like 0 stacks. You have to like get it, you know, from low amounts. But yeah. So basic attack is just normal basic attack, and then alt is a 3x3 alt. So let me literally just show you guys. If I make it smaller, you guys can see when I demo. So literally it's like 3x3 alt, kind of like 11, like that, and it does 1 core break. My game's kind of laggy. It's annoying, my game is kind of laggy. But, you know, the multiplier is decent, 1040. Her attack, I will say her attack is a little low, it's like 600 something, yeah. So with no compliance, it's 691, and with compliance, it'd be like 710-ish, maybe just under 720. So it's not super high, basically. But it's okay, and the alt multiplier is okay, so sure, whatever. The alt cost is a little spicy. 30 is a bit, you know, in this economy, in this day and age, it's kind of like Graves' call. So Graves actually, in Dark Zone, Graves actually has enough damage to carry a fight in Dark Zone as a hyper carry, but what usually stops her is her alt cost, because you usually want to, you know, bonk down, or like if there are a lot of like 3 core enemies, that's really annoying as well. So her alt cost is a bit too spicy. This feels a little similar. Isn't it a really high attack stat? It's not really that high. Like melee is really high, you know, like melee is like what, 720 something, 730 or something. It's like melee has a really high attack stat. So this is like, this is not super high, I don't think, for Arcane. Let me double check. I might be just bullshitting, I don't know. Let me check real quick before I spread misinfo. Yeah, it's not super high. It's like 691 is between Yingying and Eti. So melee is like fucking ridiculous. Like she's like 765. Water Blue is 726. This is without compliance. It's from the Sin side. So just under 700 is not like super high for a year 3 Arcane Sinner. But yeah. I think even 11 with RF is higher than that now, because 11, RF gives quite a lot of base attack. I haven't pulled yet. You guys haven't missed the polls. People who just joined, you haven't missed the polls. I haven't started. Oh, we're just talking about Kit because I think it's like really interesting. Someone called Lita, by the way. But yeah, so it's just, that's just the alt, so you just do like that, you know? And then you cold break. And yeah, just kill things as you need to, like that. So you can move this thing, and every time, let's see if I can make it trigger. Like every time it tries to collect the news. Can you please collect the news? There you go. So every time it tries to collect the news, I think it does damage as well, if I'm not mistaken. Where is it? No, not this one. Yeah, there we go. For the Mania Intensify, for each stack of news that this thing collects, it will additionally deal damage around it. I don't know if you guys caught it, but it just kind of like did like a wave there just now. You might have to wait a hot second for it to do it again, because like every 12 seconds. I think it's like whenever it spins once, it'll do it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, like that. So you can see like the stack count went up, and then it did like a of damage. Yeah, it's that. This is what that thing is, okay? So seems like there's a visual effect like this. It spins, and then it's like when it reaches here at the top, then it is 12 seconds and it'll trigger, which is nice. I like that. It tells you exactly when it does it. You know, you don't have to count. See? And it does. And as you can see, the count went from like, what was it, 58 or something, and it went up to 62. Anyway, that is kind of how the thing works. Again, you can move it around freely, so that's fine. It's not like fixed to a spot or anything. It doesn't basic attack. That is its attack. It doesn't like basic attack like Hypatia's construct, okay? So she basic attacks normal. You guys saw her ult already. When releasing the ult, if the news receiver is able to, it will be the one that casts the ult. So it would use the stats from this instead of using the stats from Hilda. This is really important. I don't know how many of you guys have read my 11 guide and my snapshotting thing, but let me be annoying and remind everyone, snapshotting is a very important concept when you play summon sinners. And Summer as well. Summer is a summon sinner. It's really important. So when a summon creature is created, it will inherit all the buffs that is currently on its summoner. So in the case of people that immediately summon their units like Hypatia and Hilda, it means they cannot eat a lot of buffs. So for example, you have a cab, you ult with cab, it's not going to actually buff the summon. It's just gonna buff them, it's gonna buff the summon. But the problem is if you ult with Hilda, because the ult comes out from the summon, you don't actually get the bonus from cab's ult, since it comes from her. This, and cab's ult doesn't work on summons. So what you want to build around is to have units that directly buff summons, such as Eve, crime brands that directly buff summons, such as Homecoming, Pyro Rebirth, and I don't think there are any others. I don't think there are any others from allies. Stargazer as well is able to directly buff damage dealt by summons instead of buffing through their owner. Otherwise, unit signers that buff instantly at the start of the fight. For example, Owo's attack, the passive buff, instantly works. So as long as, let's say, Owo is standing here at the start of the fight and she's inside the range, she will immediately benefit. So Lady Pearl works as well. For example, Shin's P1 normal attack damage, if you have, I think, S4, and you instantly have a certain amount of stacks at the start of battle, that should work on summons because you gain at the start of the battle, so it instantly snaps on as it's instantly summoned at the beginning. Additionally, certain other effects such as Shin's P2 as well. Shin's P2 also immediately applies at the start of the battle, and Shin's P2 is unique. It double dips, so it applies once on the summoner creates the summon, and then you have it once, and Shin is able to directly buff summons using P2. This is a pretty rare case. Not too many are able to. Like Owo is able to double dip as well. This was called double dipping. Owo's attack buff, as I said before, that one can as well. Shin's P2 can as well. That's why Shin is really important in Summer's team. So that is what you need to be aware of when you're playing this team. It's really limited in the scope of buffers you can bring because of this situation, and honestly, it's just a huge fucking pain in the ass. That's why Hypatia has been so hard to play up to now, because the vast majority of buffers don't work on her. Is the issue. Additionally, things like City of Gold, it's like kind of like Embrace of the Dead, but a bit more conditional. The buff is better, but it's a bit more conditional. So things like City of Gold and Heartache and so on won't work because it's counted as needing to be from the owner, not the summon. So there are like a lot of small finicky problems like this that made Hypatia really hard to use. That's why it was really important for her to get her own proper team that could do it, because of this gimmick that she instantly summons. And Hilda has the same problem. Let's see. That's what, yeah, okay, so Astraeus made a really good point. That's what they meant in the dev notes when they said that the design philosophy was intended as an independent team. So I guess kind of like Bleed, you know, all of like the when bleed stacks are blah 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 blah. For every bleed stack, blah 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 blah, like that. It's like completely internal to this team to work as itself. So no, I don't believe you can play Hilda as a support for other summoners. You should not be able to play her with Summer, 11, so on and so forth, because they are not Aurum sinners. They cannot resonate. And also like these buffs, it's also on other Aurum sinners, not sinners, Aurum creatures, not just normal summons. It's a really important distinction. I know, I'm so sure I'm gonna get off the stream and at some point tomorrow I'm going to see someone be like, oh, there's like a new summon, which means there's a new member for 11's team. I'm gonna just be like, some of y'all motherfuckers can't read. But to people who are here on the stream, you can read. I believe in you. I know if you're here, you must be intelligent. So I believe in you, you can read. That this is a unique team of its own. You can't mix and match. I mean, I do kind of wonder if Hilda can bravely be herself. There's a meme like bravely being herself, so just like letting the summon die or forcing it to not be summoned and then using Hilda as a normal arcane. I kind of want to try that because I think it's funny and because arcane crit works. But yeah, so I don't like that because what do you do when you play you off-rate Hilda? Yeah, pretty much you cry, unfortunately. I think that's the bad thing about situations like this. Like, if you off-rate Drea, you kind of just cry as well. You know, like what do you do with Drea? Basically, if you're a new player and like you can't buy the rest of her team because Oblivion Pit currency is really valuable, then what? You know? Weak Spot I think is more accessible because you basically only need Sean, but you kind of still need multiple team members from Oblivion Pit for Bleed. So I wouldn't call Bleed super accessible unless someone really dedicates themselves to it. But yes, at least it's buyable in the shop. But yeah, if you off-rate Hilda, then it's like, well, shit, I guess. You know? So whether or not this is a good thing, I personally think it's a good way to help control power creep. I think it's a trade-off. My gut reaction is it's a trade-off to help control power creep, because you give us multiple systems with like similar-ish performance, like some are slightly better, some are slightly worse, like maybe some are like God tier, you know, like S++ tier, and some are like A+, A- tier, you know, like sort of like a range and like different playstyles and comfort. I think that's kind of the trade-off you have to make, because if you make a unit too versatile, they can just kind of fit everywhere. And that's like, isn't that what people complain about too? Like, oh, everyone uses LL, everyone needs Yelena, Yelena took over the meta, LL took over the meta. So, like, I can't play this game anymore because I don't have LL. That's like, you know, so in a sense, I think it does help you control power creep, but on the other hand, it's true, I do agree, I think it's a good point. What if you're a new player and you spook her? Well, I guess she can look beautiful. That's all I gotta say about that. To me, I feel like that's a trade-off. Anyway, so her kit is overall based on these stacks. You can see this number thing. So her alt you've seen, and then when she alts, she will attempt, it'll be casted by this, and additionally it will attempt to trigger the characteristic once. So it will try here to collect the news. Again, here. You see it goes like zoomies as well. This is it attempting to collect the news again, and because it collected the news again, it tried to do the AoE attack again. So every time she ults, it attempts to do that. What else? Oh, there we go. And then her passives is that, let me make this part bigger so you guys can see. Her passive is kind of similar to Necresta or RF11. So it's based on like how many stacks she has. She gains certain effects. So at 30 stacks, damage dealt to elites and bosses increases by like 20%. 60 stacks, it becomes CC immune. 90 stacks, more damage increases. This ability is resonating. So once we get a sinner that is able to make Aurum summons resonate, this bonus will be able to apply to Hypatia. So currently, Hypatia doesn't have this bonus. Hypatia doesn't have this bonus, doesn't have this. Once Resonate is fully in the game, then all Aurum Aurum summons that are resonating will get these buffs together with Hilda. That's the concept of resonance. Okay, so when it says like this skill is a resonating skill, this skill is a resonant skill, that's how it's supposed to work. P2 as well. P2 is what I talked about just now. For each stack of news, additionally causes the summon, the news receiver, magic damage dealt to increase by 1%. So if you go up to 600 stacks max, so if I go up here, I click on her, where's Jingbao? There we go. So you can see I'm not lying. The stacks is 600. I'm not kidding. I didn't add a 0 by accident. It's really 600. So for every 1%, then for every 1 stack, you'll gain 1% damage dealt for her. And additionally, this will transfer as well to other Aurum summons. So Hypatias will get a 50% reduced effectiveness for 300%. Again, currently we don't have a way to, well, I'm not sure, maybe someone will think of it, but currently seems like the cap is like 400 something in a 3-minute fight, which is pretty long. So I wouldn't expect to fully stack this at the moment. But again, because you get bonus stacks from number 1, shackles, number 2, additional Aurum type creatures, then maybe when you have more team members, you can get max stacks faster and more easily, but we don't know. Like we don't know. To be clear, they never said that the next sinner who allows resonance to happen will have a summon. They never actually said that. For example, Lysandra is part of the Aurum summon team, but she doesn't have a summon herself. So it's not actually a guarantee that an Aurum team sinner has a summon. We don't know that for sure. So we are not guaranteed a 3rd summon to increase this rate immediately or soon with that promised sinner. It might be like another half a year before they give us one more, you know? So I would take 400-ish at high shackles by the way, at 400-ish as like the cap for now. I wouldn't expect to be able to fully cap this yet. I think it's good to be conservative, considering we had to wait. How long was Hypatia for the Chinese server? Like actually half a year, I think. Right? I think it's actually been half a year. So, oof. Yeah. Anyway, that's her basic kit. So her shackles is for S1, when the news receiver is summoned, obtain 30 stacks of news immediately. So like you guys saw, when the battle started, it immediately had 30 stacks. Then just attack shackles, it's quite basic, attack shackles, attack shackles. Then S3 is each time the news receiver triggers news collection, so each time it tries to gain stacks, it additionally gains 2 more stacks of news. So that's what I meant by S3 helps you stack faster. And then also alt cost is reduced by 5. Here, I have a note here about Hypatia resonance updates, but I didn't type it. I just put it on my brain. So, ways that I can see new stacks being collected faster is that every time it does mention, right, every time the summon, every time the news receiver, I'm just calling it receiver, news receiver is too long. Every time the receiver uses the alt, it tries to trigger the collection of news once, right? And gains more stacks. The thing is, once we get resonance, Hypatia's alts will resonate and it will cause it to collect news because it will alt again, because everyone will alt together when they're resonating. So in that sense, that will increase the rate of collection as well, because this is currently not active. It's not working because we don't have that sinner yet. So how do you call this? What do you call 未来可期 in English? Like, you can look forward to this in the future, but like, one thing I didn't enjoy, I want to see her own performance, her own damage performance in Dark Zone. What day is it today? Monday? Fuck, it's Monday. It's not Magic Stage. I can't test in Dark Zone. I'll have to test tomorrow. But one thing about Hypatia, she does really, really bad in Dark Zone. So bad in Dark Zone because you have to rely on her basic attacks and her summons basic attacks, and her alt splits damage between targets. And it's just a lot, you know, and she has like a fairly high alt cost and it kind of travels slow, and then you have like all the limitations on her buff. And she is the main DPS of the team, because we've seen in TOA performance for this team, Hypatia is still the one doing the most damage. So unless Hilda can carry the damage in Dark Zone, I'm like, can this team perform in Dark Zone? I'm not really sure about that. And it does, to be fair, in the dev notes, it does say this team is catered for long fights. But like, that ends up being a team with at least 3 S ranks that we know of that can only do long fights? Question mark? It's kinda sus, bro. You know? So I mean, I don't know if any of you guys here are playing on a Chinese server, but if you're playing on a Chinese server, I don't know if I would pull for like non-waifu reasons. Strong or not is one issue, but like, I don't know, I think Hypatia is versatile enough of a character to invest into this team. It sounds more like TOA, it sounds like peak test isn't even that long. Peak test path is like 1.5 minutes. Peak test path is really short, it's like 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. This is not actually that good for peak test, because you don't actually get the full 3 minutes. Peak test is short as hell, and it's really annoying sometimes. I'm just like, bro, I need to like set up. I don't got time for this, okay? Literally. Sometimes I want to play summon peak test, and the freaking fight is over before I get set up. So annoying. A data crevice, that's a really good point. Data crevice as well. So I'm not a data crevice model. I know some people really enjoy data crevice. Good for you. Okay, I think it's great that it's a game mode that a lot of people have found enjoyment in. It's personally not for me, and maybe if I were to be someone who really wants to maul top scores on data crevice, I want to, like, you know, I want to flex, like, look at me, I'm like top 10 on my server or something, or like number 1 on my server, then maybe. But like, if that's the case, you are probably already wailing. You are probably better at the game. No, you're not probably, you're definitely better at the game than I am. Then you would probably know if you want to pull this team or not. So I prefer teams that are a bit more versatile. That's why I like 11 so much, because 11's team is very versatile. It's not like the best of the best in any one single mode, but it's so good in every mode. It's like, it's not like number 1 in every mode, but it's like number 2 or number 3 in every mode. That's why I really, really like playing 11's team. Additionally, I really like playing Arcane Crit as well, because it's very versatile. So yeah, you know, I'm not sure this team is for me personally, players like me to invest in, but if you are the type to enjoy long fights, it may be worth it, because currently without resonance, without all of these like bonus resonance effects, just this thing, just this freaking 300 million damage without shield stack, bro. What? And it's not the full potential of the team. Are you joking me? That's crazy. It's bananas. That's ridiculous. Anyway, her ECB is, first of all, very pretty. Second of all, for each stack of news collected by the news receiver, Hilda's energy regeneration increases blah 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 up to 90%. So unfortunately, we don't get 600% bonus energy regeneration. That would be crazy, but we do get 90%. This is considered a resonating ability, so kind of like S4 Parfait. She helps the rest of her team get energy faster, which is really nice. Like 90% is a lot. It's basically doubling your energy regen. So it's like, instead of 1 energy per second, you can think of it as 1.9 energy per second. It's a lot. Basically double. So could be worth it. I don't know if you're into this thing. Okay, so if you're into the concept of using Aurum team, Hilda is definitely a must pull. She does so much as one single unit. It's insane. It's just, well, like the sheer fucking concept of this is just insane. And moreover, all her buffs and stuff are in her kit. She's kind of like Adela. Her S3 and her S1 just give her more stacks to like collect faster. You know, she doesn't want to like increase the cap of her stacks, just faster. All the buffs are in the kit at S0. So if you want to play Hypatia, I think she's a must pull. She just does too much, she's too specialized. So that's kind of my impression at the moment. What does this tile do? Oh, summon creatures damage dealt. Oh, energy, okay, sure. Wait, I should make this small so you guys can see. But that's kind of like the gist of how she works. Okay, let's put you here. The nice thing about her ult is that there's no travel time. Unlike... So you see, it's 38 now, right? Let me release the ult. See, it goes up because it triggers the characteristic upon using the ult. Oh, let me unpause. Oh, they're running kind of fast. Hold on. Chief. Oh, I missed one. Whoops. But yeah, so you can see like that. It's kind of generally how it works. What's the current song? I don't know. What is the current song? I don't... Oh, I can't hear it because my speakers are really soft to prevent echo. If you already want to play Aurum, the only question is how many copies. Don't know. To be completely honest with you, I don't know. It depends on too many factors. Let's say we get like several new summons, then it doesn't really matter because you can stack relatively fast due to the fact that if you have more Aurum summons, it stacks faster, then it doesn't really matter. But if we don't, then maybe it's pretty important. You know, like if you don't get more, then those bonus stacks become pretty important, especially over 3 minutes. So it's just really hard to say because this team is just me. It's like asking me, hey, how is Bleed team gonna do when only Drea and Sumire and Pepper are out? I'm just like, girl, I don't know. I don't know, bro. Don't know. Can she be an good in arcane crit? I don't know. I'm not super optimistic. Her attack stat is okay. Her ult cost is a bit spicy at S0. So I'm like, I don't love it. But her multiplier is okay. So for context, what I'm basing it off of is 11 arcane crit, 3 reforged. So before 11 reforged, I used to play 11 arcane crit, so basically just using her ult to do damage and crit on it and trigger ying stacks and stuff. So not ying stacks, ying follow-up attacks. So 11's multiplier is 800%, 1 core damage, 3x3. Energy cost is 30 as well. I cannot believe I remember all of that off the top of my head. I need grass. And Hilda is 1440%, so it's quite a lot more than 11. Same, 3x3. It's also 1 core damage, and it's also 30 energy. But I will admit, 11, especially in like more recent seasons, 11 is not super comfortable to use as the arcane crit prop without getting some additional stats from her reforge. So it's not using the summons damage. Ying Ying still does quite a lot of damage, but the main issue I would say with Hilda is that you would have to figure out a way to make her summon not spawn, and so we need to test how to do that. Because unlike 11, whose ult is casted by herself always, Hilda's ult is casted by her summon. Ying Ying's passive does not work on summons. I wish it did. If it did, 11 would be beyond dominant in the entire game, but it doesn't work, unfortunately. So slams cannot crit. So you have to find a way to force her to not spawn it, which I think perhaps we could do. But first we have to pull her. So if we go, oh, that is a lot more pull than I thought we had. Okay, so we have a decent amount of pulls. I didn't pull... Was it Sito? I didn't pull Sito on this account, so I don't know what the record was. Probably, yeah. So it ended on a win, so we don't have to 50-50. Shika clear out. We have to find out if we can force her to ult herself. Okay, so how Hypatia and Hilda work is that if their summons are on the field and they are not stunned, like they are not rendered unable to act, basically they can cast the ult, they will take priority to cast the ult. But if the summon doesn't exist, let's say it died, it's stunned, it's silenced, it just can't cast the ult for some reason, okay? Then the owner of it, the sinner themselves, will cast the ult. That's basically how it works. And the problem is, they will forcefully summon at the start of the fight. So you have to find a way to get rid of it. But Skyfall next to the sun. You guys are thinking of some really creative ways to use Cassian, I swear. Alright, here. Let's summon. To test if we can force her to not summon, you can force Hypatia to not summon by surrounding all 8 tiles around her. So like in a square. So if like Hypatia's in the middle, you surround her with units. Then Hypatia will be forced to be unable to spawn the construct. Unless they changed it. Surely they didn't change it, right? That's how it used to be. Did they fix that? I haven't checked yet. That's how it used to be. If they fix that, I forgot. But if they fix that, then well, fuck. Hopefully they didn't change it for Hilda, but we'll find out. Anyway, let's begin pulling. So we start. Oh, I can't spell. Start at 2 out of 80. No. Really. We'll just test. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, let's go. Are you guys ready? Oh, I didn't put my duck hat on. Damn. See, that's what happens, you don't put the duck hat on. And then we don't even have A ranks to look forward to this time because there's no A rank, so we can't be like, oh, looking forward to the A rank spooks. No, let's get my duck hat. Okay. Yeah. So, what I'm mostly concerned about is that this team, there's another thing I've been secretly concerned about this whole time in like the back of my mind. This team will fight with Summer's team for Shin. Because the main DPSs and even like the sub DPSs are summoners. You can double dip Shin's P2 on them for 72% damage dealt, which is obviously a lot. And then both of these count as normal attack damage, so you want Shin's P1 as well for 40% normal attack bonus. Well, sorry, how many 8 stacks? no, 30% for them because you only get 8 stacks at the start of the fight for Aurum. So I think it's 30%. So basically, I am concerned it will end up in a situation where you have to pick between Summer or this team, unless it ends up being like you use Shin on Summer's team and you borrow Shin for this team, you know? So you could do that, I guess. Then I guess it will allow you to use Yelena in 2 teams. So you can use Yelena in Summer's team, for example. You can use Yelena in, let's say your third team's Arcane Crit. Using that. But then you also have an issue where you want to use Eve in both teams. Unless you use Stargazer in Hypatia's team, because magic damage, you know, I don't know. So there are probably ways around it, but I am like slightly worried because of that. Every time a new team wants like a certain meta sinner, mostly it's been Yelena. Every single freaking team wants Yelena. It's like, oh my god. Cresta's team wants Yelena, Summer's team wants Yelena, Adela's team wants Yelena, Shield Stack wants Yelena. It's just a lot. Okay, so every time a new team appears and they want Yelena, or they want LL, or they want Shin, I'm just like, motherfucker. We'll see. Well, it's hard to say until the whole team comes out. Who knows? So we're on to 20 polls. But yeah, that's more towards like hardcore modding. Like, okay, chat, be honest. How many of you guys take TOA like really seriously? Like, you really want to try, you really want to get a good score, you go for like the meta teams, you care about like having decent shackles, stuff like that. Do you guys? Because I feel like TOA is not really taken that seriously by most players. And I kind of wonder if my concerns about that are overblown with Aurum team. Oh my god, guys, it's not looking good. We've got the wrong summoner, we got Shuma, it's not looking good. We're at 30 polls and it's not looking good. You do just enough. Do you need to be a duck too? Oh right, I need to be a duck as well. Hold on. Damn. Okay, wait. Let me be a duck first before I swipe through this. There we go. I am duck now. Why am I standing up? Can I sit down? I think it's cuter if I sit down. There we go. Yeah, I think it's cuter like this. Okay, yeah, there we go. Now I'm sitting down politely. I am a very, very cultured duck. You do because you have to carry your SS. I take TOA seriously because I have to write the guide. You guys have to know. So on the global server, we just got TOA, the permanent TOA, right? The rerun thing. I have gotten over 30 comments or messages or pings asking me, direct pings, but not like, is anyone writing a guide or is there a guide? No, direct comments or pings or DMs asking, hey, do you plan on making a TOA guide for the new TOA? And I'm just like, no, I don't like this game mode. Guys, spare me. I don't want to. I will make TOA 11's guide. I'm tired. I don't want to. I'm sorry, but I'm just tired. I really don't enjoy TOA because this shit stresses me out, bro. My guild is too moldy. There are too many good players in my secret society. They're just too good, and it makes me lose hair. Can you guys believe getting 2 max score runs and another pretty high score run? Like, it's not like very low, it's not like 10 million or 20 million, it's like a lot higher than that, is not the top score is not even close to the top score in my secret society. There are too many good players of this game, I swear. It stresses me out. Bro, so TO is not my thing to do casually. I will keep the guides up because I think it helps a lot of people. And I think it's really important when there are meta crime brands in new season up for grabs. Of course, it's the poll right after I actually put the duck hat on and turn myself into a duck. But yeah, no, I'm not doing past seasons. It's okay, guys, it's okay. It's just a shiny border. Don't worry about it. Not a meta crime brand, okay? Okay, let's see. Wait, let's go. It's that easy. It's that easy. Just have to be a duck. Hilda. It's confirmed Hilda loves ducks. Now we know for sure. Hella doesn't like ducks and Hilda likes ducks. We are learning about Path to Nowhere Sinners' preferences in pets. But yes, no. This is my official statement. No TOA rerun guide. I've got like a lot of other things to do. Do you have a newspaper? Hello, Panda. Do you have a newspaper with you as well? I don't have a newspaper with me. No, it's the first one. Guys, it's the first one after I turned myself into a duck. We've been new. We found out. Did you always look this pink? Am I very pink? Do you mean my feathers? I think it's just the shading. You know, I think it's always been like that. I didn't change the background chroma key, so my chroma key's not pink anyway. So yeah, I think I'm just pink with joy at being on stream with you guys. Okay, let's keep going. Shackles. We're going for S5 as always. Shackles. Your feathers look pinker than usual. Maybe it's like my rendering or encoding. I don't know the words for it, but maybe it's just that. Hell duck. It would be really funny. What time are we in the stream? I've been yapping for an hour before I properly started pulling. That's crazy. 30 pulls. That's insane. Master of Yapperism. I can't even be like, I hope I get a certain spook for this account, or like I hope I get a certain A rank to get all the shackles for this A on this account, because this account has S5 everyone. No, not S5 all A ranks. Not S5 like all limiteds. S5 everyone. So there's not even like a spook I can hope for. It's just, let's just not have any spooks. How about that? Can we do that? Is that asking for too much? Please, pretty please, pretty please. No spooks. No spooks. I have S5, same. I have S5 all B ranks. I'm very proud of that fact. You know, there are some very OP not S rank. There are some very OP B ranks in this game. You guys heard of Lisa? This Lisa herself. You know, you guys heard of Labyrinth? Look at all these good sinners, these top tier sinners. Bro, these high pities stress me out. We're at 60 pulls. Okay, at least we got the goal, but stairs in concern. Hilda is a spook. Yeah, you know what? Hilda can scare me as much as he wants in the story, as long as she doesn't curse these pulls, okay? She can freak me out more than Shin. She can have more freak than Shin's freak, and I'm okay with that, as long as she doesn't freak me out while we're doing pulls. I'm okay with that. Not the other way around. Oh, hi Lisa. So yeah, you just mentioned Lisa, and she's appeared to bless the pulls, right? Actually, do you think Lisa would bless pulls? I don't think Lisa would bless pulls. I think she'd be a hater. I feel like that's kind of behavior. Now I'm worried. This doesn't sound correct. Oh my god! Wrong sinner whose name starts with H and ends with A. Wrong arcane sinner whose name starts with H and ends with A. Oh dear. I have a bad feeling about it. Yeah. Longa ass. Oh, this is... Guys, we shouldn't have invoked Lisa's name. She got upset about it. I have a bad feeling about these polls. Oh dear me. I mean, the next one is guaranteed, so we can go fast on this one. Maybe you need a cipher somewhere. What do you guys have a suggestion of Morse code? Let's write out some Morse code. How do we say Hilda, please? No, Hilda, I love you. Please come home. Let's do that. Morse code. Morse code translator. Hilda, no. Okay, hold on. I'm even gonna type it out manually. I'm not even gonna copy paste it. That's how sincere I am. Let's type this out manually. Okay, so it looks like this. I'm looking at it on my browser, so it looks like that. So I'm gonna type it out. How many spaces do you put in the middle? Like just one space? Space dash then slash to separate a word, then dot dot. I don't think that's a space in between those. Yeah, there's no space. Okay, and then after that, what is it after that? Then dot dash dot dot space. Path to Nowhere is teaching me so many things in my life. You know, it's teaching me Morse code. It taught me patience. It taught me love. And what was the Ariana Grande song there? It taught me a lot of things. Taught me appreciation for beautiful women. Not that I needed to be taught that. It taught me banger music. It taught me how to shamelessly simp for said beautiful women. So there are a lot of wise things you can learn from playing Path to Nowhere. And then okay, let's check it back and see if why is it not correct? Wait, I typed it, but it's not correct. Why is it not correct? Oh, I missed some slight amounts. Why is it not please? This is please, right? Oh. Okay. I'm glad I checked it because it's not correct and I would like to do right, you know, by her. There we go. So it's actually this. Okay, there we go. That's the corrected version. Here. There we go. Hilda, I love you. Please come home. That's your... Please receive this with your news receiver and heed the message. So you may say that some information should be lost to the wind and yet you continue to receive them. So this must mean that our encounter is fated. A mistake was made. I do Hypercubes. No, don't curse the account like this. Don't curse the polls like this. Don't do it. Don't do it. No. Oh, now I'm scared. Okay, let's try. Let's continue. We know this is guaranteed, so we just want it to come home fast. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, but I'm afraid. Fear. Guys, it's not looking good. Maybe it's because I don't have faith. It's been a while since I did these polls, so maybe my fear is showing. My lack of faith is showing. Oh dear. Half to 18. No. I know that would be really entertaining for you guys, but please think of the wallet of this innocent chief who has not done anything wrong. Oh, thank God. Okay, 50. Please think of the. Will someone think of the children? How do I spec down? Oh, there you go. Someone please think of the children. Okay. Oops, I accidentally clicked my browser away. My bad. Let's keep going. So now, no more guarantee. We're gonna be pulling blind. Is she any good? She's too specialized. She's really good for RM team. Like if you're playing RM team, she's a must pull. But the team itself is just really specialized, so it's hard to say at the moment. What is that in the background? Is it in global? Hold on. It is on global already. I don't remember what it's called. I forgot. I think it's not Faramita. What is it called? We already have it. Does anyone remember what this is called in the music player? What are 40 ultra cubes for if not to be spent? No, don't say that. Don't say that. Moving on to 20. Oh, it's nerve-wracking again, Hilda. Hilda, did my sincere feelings not reach you? God, Lisa is coming out and being like, how dare you invoke my name previously? She's a hater purely for the love of the game. I respect it. 20, 30. Bro, what? I mean, Lissandra came back. That's a good sign, right? Right? Surely. EMP panic. Surely that's good. Oh my god, surely that's a good sign. Beyond suffering. We're starting to get into the cubes. Those tickets ran out real fast. Would you rather have Lisa and chat? Listen, if I didn't have Lisa's curse on my poll, I would rather take the verbal abuse from her, honestly. Oh my god, this is such a great omen for RM team as well. I know, right? This is like the quote-unquote best possible PR for RM team on first exposure on the server. It's not even a magic unit, guys. It's not even a magic unit, bro. Oh my god. Down bad spray for my chat. Down bad, y'all. Oh, this is not good. I shouldn't have. Maybe the game is mad at me for skipping Sito because I didn't do a stream. I wasn't feeling well, so I didn't do a stream for Sito. So maybe they're like, oh, you didn't keep up your streaming schedule, so we're going to punish you now. Oh, now I'm concerned. The Sito poll, I watched the polls of this account for Sito. I wasn't the one doing it, someone else did it. And hey, to the person who was polling on this account for Sito, I feel like you should continue polling on this account because like your luck was actually really good. They won almost all 50-50s and they came home like really early. I feel like I shouldn't be polling on this account anymore. I don't feel like I have very good luck on this account. But it's good entertainment for you guys, I guess. Sure. I just had to complain. Just had to complain. Was that literally the 10 after I crashed out? Actually? Sure. Why not? I'm okay with that. There's no reason for me to complain about that. Yeah, why not? Let me sit back down and be normal. Every time I type a number, I just my model moves. Keep complaining. Guys, I like this game too much. I don't know what to complain about in general. Channel your inner ENPTN player and complain. Stand aggressively and complain like the Asian auntie in your cheeks. You misunderstood a sign when I have to complain. Oh, so Lisa appearing wasn't an omen of bad luck. It was the hint to complain. It was telling me to complain. Oh, I see. It was telling me to be a hater. I see. I've understood everything now. Finding excuses to complain. So recently, some of you guys, especially people on YouTube, you might not be in the Sin Discord server. Recently, let me tell you guys some drama that happened. People who are in the Sin Discord will know what happened. So, one thing I really don't like, maybe like if you look at things I've said or chats I've said in like 2 or 3 years ago, I might have done it before myself, you know. So I'm not gonna pretend to be completely innocent of never having. Yeah, it's the recent one. I'm not gonna pretend to be like completely innocent of all wrongdoing ever. I'm not like a fucking angel. I'm not. I've done things incorrectly, but I've changed my mindset. Probably I guess the past half a year-ish or so, where like maybe actually even way longer than that for this specific topic. When you have drama in one server, in one Discord, especially like if it's a community Discord, don't bring it into another Discord. Okay? Keep that shit where it belongs. Argue where it started. You start a fight in server A to bitch slap each other in server A. Okay, don't bring that shit to server B and then start bragging about how like quote unquote cool you are or whatever for starting shit or like spreading misinfo. It's just, first of all, it's just kind of, it's really cringe, it's really annoying, it's really weird. Second of all, what is the point? You're just stirring more trouble in the unrelated server. So someone kept doing that in the Sin Discord, and then because I'm very active there, so I've called them out the past couple of times. Am I complaining enough, guys? Do you guys think this is enough complaining? So I've called them out for the past couple of times, and they tried to turn it on me. By the way, I have witnesses who are currently in chat who can prove this really happened. And you can probably look for it yourself if you're so inclined to server. So I call it out whenever it happens. I'm like, hey, don't do that. It's like not cool. You know, we don't want to spread unnecessary hate on characters and stuff. Like other people are fans of them. You know, we don't do like bigotry and stuff here. Like my recent YouTube post, like we don't do that shit here. And they ended up being really snide, and they said, well, every time I talk in here, I get hate, so I'm not gonna talk in here anymore. And I was like, motherfucker, let's get one thing straight. Me calling you out for always starting drama, bringing unrelated shit into a server that has nothing to do with it, where no one wants to engage with it, is not hate. Okay? Just calling you out on your behavior that's causing a disturbance in a public server where no one wants to deal with this shit. And they started freaking out. They started crashing the fuck out. And I was like, oh, keep going. Like, say something bannable, keep going. And I was just like amazed at the audacity of this person to just keep going. I just keep crashing out. I just, you know, frame people telling her to like chill. Let's not do this as like the villain, to, you know, say it's hate, to say, hey, don't start drama. Why am I a duck? Because isn't it more entertaining to hear gossip from a duck? Can you imagine? Like I have, how many concurrents do I have right now? I have like, I don't know, on Twitch, hold on. So I have like 12 on Twitch, I have like 40 something on you. Can you imagine like 50 people sitting around a duck, listening to them talk about gossip? Would that not be the most entertaining story time ever? Yiku has nothing on me. I am the ultimate gossip storyteller. Anyway, so that happened. And then they literally said, there are multiple eyewitnesses of this. They literally said, well, then just ban me. I don't care. And I was like, well, did the mod, because I'm not actually a mod in Sin. I'm just like a team member. I just contribute a lot. So they decided to let me be a team member, which is really nice, but I'm not actually a mod. So I was like, well, but did the mod see that? And yes, a mod did see that. And I was like, and then they just kept going. I was like, bro, the audacity of some people. But yeah, so that was the recent drama that happened. They ended up getting banned because, I mean, they literally asked for it. They were like, well, just ban me then. Well, sure, I guess. So one of the mods did actually go off and hit them with the ban hammer, so good fucking riddance. But yes, that's, I hope that was sufficient complaining for Hilda. Do you guys think I was enough complaining? or like, do I need to complain more before I continue bullying? The first in my family to hear a duck feud, the first in your line and your entire ancestral lineage to hear gossip. For one drama for every temple, how much drama do you think I get into? My life, hey, my life is actually really peaceful, okay? My life, guys, my life is not that exciting. I try to mind my own. Surely it didn't win the 50-50, right? No way, no way, no way, no way. I'm okay. I'm even okay with this because it guarantees the next one. No way. Bro, why is it so far? I'm like stressed out. It's like the last one. It's okay. It's okay. It means the next one is guaranteed. I'm fine with this. Oh my god, bros. Complaint works. What the gossip? She was like, I heard the tea on the internet. Let me hear it. Literally the last one. She wanted to stress me out as much as possible. That's so funny, actually. What is this? Okay, what other gossip? What other gossip do we have? Hold on, let me think of other gossip. Contrary, okay, the reason I'm hesitant is because contrary to popular belief, I don't actually like starting shit. The problem is, people come to me and start shit and expect me to not do anything about it. Because in my personal opinion, I think I try my best to be nice to most of the people I talk to regularly. So like the people I work with often, the regulars in the Discord, I try. Like, I'm not saying I'm the nicest person ever. I think I make an effort, you know? I would like to believe I am not a complete asshole. But for some reason, people like to get on my nerves commenting insane things on my channel or DMing me insane shit. And I keep my DMs open because sometimes people ask me questions and they're like, I want to help. Or like they tell me information like, hey, this idiot leaked your whatever. And I'm like, come on, man. And then I'm like, thanks. And then I go deal with it. Oh, I really think it's about the leak. Okay, so this shit happened quite a while ago. And I have the receipts. So if some motherfucker sees this and wants to claim it, I'm not gonna name names yet, but I think it's gonna be pretty obvious what it is once I say a few small details for people who know. I have the receipts, all of it. I wanna fucking hear that person say this didn't happen because I've got everything. Don't fucking try me. So what happened with the gossip is that someone DM'd me and they were like really sad about the game. So random people just DM me and I'd like, oh, it's fine. So this DM said like, oh, like, what do you think about like the state of the game right now? Blah, blah. It was like quite a while ago, and I was like, Well, I mean, I still like the game. I still enjoy the game. I really love the game a lot. I think it's fun. I'm having fun. And they were like, oh yeah, but like, I'm concerned about the state of the game because of like, it was like a period of time with a lot of doomerism going around. And it's like, oh, because like the game balance is bad, and it feels like the devs don't care about us, and like the sales are not good, blah blah blah, things like that. All those kind of like doomerish related type of category kind of stuff. Yeah. And then you remember that happening, right? And then so when someone is like that, I don't feel like a good way of comforting them. It's like, oh, just look on the bright side of things, blah blah blah, or like, oh, don't think so negative. I think that's like a stupid way of comforting someone, because like if they were going to look on the bright side of things, they would already have. So I think it's better to kind of like empathize with them and acknowledge some parts of like what they're thinking may have some logic to it, or like it's understandable why they might feel that way. Not necessarily that I agree with it, just, oh, I understand why you might feel that way. It probably doesn't feel good, but like maybe like you could like wait a bit longer, see if like things improve, or like the devs are also doing like this to improve things. But then this motherfucker, like, bro, I can't believe this is for public stream on a channel that I know official looks at. This motherfucker screenshotted our DMs, posted it, the part out of context, by the way. They cut out all the parts where I said I still really enjoy the game and I really like playing the game. What about you? Like, how do you feel? And like stuff like that. They cut all of that out. Then they posted just the part where I say, oh, I understand how you feel. Yes, there has been like criticism on the Chinese server of like this. And I also feel like this wasn't very well handled by like the PR team and stuff. They cropped all of the fun part out, and then they only include that drama mongery part, and then posted it publicly, bragging that they have quote unquote insider leaks and insider tea with a big content. I'm not a big content creator. I'm not even close to the biggest YouTuber for this game. Like my sub count is not even like second on the list of PTN content creators. It's not like third. There are like plenty more with more subs than me. I was like, what? And then they said it was like what exclusive info or like opinion from like the content creator of Path to Nowhere. I was like, what? And then someone that was in that page, so it was posted to like a group or like a page on Facebook for Path to Nowhere, someone there saw it and they correctly realized I probably didn't give permission for it to post your fucking personal DMs where I was comforting their doom posting. And they were like, hey, I saw this. I feel like it probably didn't have your permission, so I just wanted to let you know in case. And I was like, well, shit, thanks. So I just went back and I called the person who did it. And they were like, oh, I'm so sorry. You know what they said? I'm sorry. I didn't realize I needed permission to post it. Yeah, okay. I don't think I need permission to post every single part of the entire conversation to cancel your fucking ass. But guess what? I didn't do it because I don't want to start a fight. So as long as this person keeps their fucking mouth shut, I'm not going to do it. But don't try me again. Yes, literally just a clout farmer. I was so disappointed because I was like, I thought they approached me in good faith. They maybe like they watch my streams and stuff, and they were like, I wonder what like this streamer I watch thinks about this issue. Or like because this streamer knows Chinese, maybe they know more stuff about what's going on in the Chinese server and I want to know. And that's what I thought it was, because sometimes people do ask me that. And well, as far as I know, those haven't been posted. But this fucking idiot actually did that. And I was like, what? It was actually so unbelievably shameless. And the response just tilted me into the next galaxy. So yes, that was the second piece of complaining for today. Honestly, I'm like out of steam to keep complaining. Just I've like done my quota of complaining for today. Yeah, it was like a fucking tabloid journalist. That's crazy, bro. This is why some time ago I crashed the fuck out. And I was like, I got like so pissed at someone being rude at me, and I just crashed the fuck out because I was dealing with a lot of kind of this stuff, and I tried, like I kept a lot of it private. You know, like I didn't like say it. I didn't even hint about it on like Twitter or like YouTube. And also like what I have hinted is like 10% of the kind of shit that I have received. This either I think I hinted about it on Twitter, or I did on YouTube very vaguely before. But I don't think like I didn't make like a formal post about it or anything. But yeah, so because of that, I just like crashed the fuck out, and then I just realized like it's probably better for me to not interact as much as I used to off stream, especially. And like I really limit the amount of Discord servers that I'm in now that I actually talk in. I refuse like a lot of Discord invitations and stuff, and I don't really like add people or like in my DMs and stuff anymore. Like it's still open so I can see if someone DMs me, but I don't like add people really. But yeah, so it's because of like stuff like that, and I was just like, while it has been nice to, you know, talk to people, help people, and like I've made some friends through doing that as well, which I don't regret, but then it was wearing on my mental health a lot. You should mount auto cannons on your boundaries and who is more waifu, Hilda 11? Why do you even need to ask 11? Do you guys need to know the number of 11 merch staring at me right now is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I literally have 11 11s staring back at me right now, with more on the way. Having headphones, and whenever I scream, it's detected as noise. It's like, those motherfuckers too noisy. You know, we gotta filter that out. I believe it's 20. But yeah, that was my a second dose of complaining for the day, and I think that is, I have chilled a lot overall. I think I have like recovered a good amount of my sanity since then. But I think like some of you probably noticed I was really on edge and irritable for like quite a good few months a while back. And it was just because like all of this stuff was just like piling on. So I just kind of had to like chill myself out for a second. Health Poison, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. You guys say, oh my god, I can see that cat. Look at my cat. The cat notification. Look at that. I love it. It's so cute. But thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. YouTube people, I'm not ignoring any potential follows and stuff. I just can't see it. YouTube does not notify you when that happens. Maybe there's like a widget to do it, but like I'm not aware. It just doesn't tell you by default. So I'm not ignoring it. If people have followed, thank you. I do appreciate it. But I just can't see. You know. Oh, this was 40, I believe. This was a guaranteed 40. S3. Hold up, bro. We're racking up polls, man. Can you show for a second Hilda's ECB? Do you mean the art? Okay, hold on. I can do that. I can do that. Info. Wait, can we not go inside it? What? Okay, I have to go out and actually go to the Sinner then. It's sideways. Oh, this is a really nice art style. Oh, hold on, I gotta look sideways as well. 我们在迷失的历史中的天空里的某个温柔的时代，前来认领。We are lost in history's skies, waiting for some era that's warm enough to arrive to accept us. 认领. How do I explain 认领? It's like when you lose a belonging, and then it's like a lost at the lost and found counter, and then you go to get it. That's called, like, you go to 认领 that thing. Like, you acknowledge that it's yours and like take it. So it's like they are waiting for an era where they can be accepted, sort of. You know, like that's the kind of mood. It's really nice. It's a really nice quote. I think it's very beautiful. That was in a promotion. But yeah. It's really nice. Tito's ECB. Let me see real quick. Was it similar? Why was it bugging out? What? What? Bugging out. Hold on. Okay, it really wanted me to keep looking at her. Lao Ying. No, not quite. Who was the serum? It does remind me of someone else's ECB, but I can't quite place who. Someone else has an ECB that has a similar vibe. Who was it? Someone else. Confirmed in character duck reach. Quack, motherfucker. Drea new 3-star skin or second 11 3-star skin. Second 11 3-star. 11 deserves 100 skins and I buy all of them. 中文是你第一语言吗？可以算是吧。可是我中文其实不是说还好。我会说得很好。I think my accent is weird because I traveled so much and well, my English accent is weird as well, isn't it? I traveled so much that I've ended up picking up bits of accents from everywhere. So it just sounded extremely strange. By the way, what does this Morse code say? Is anyone interested in figuring out? And also, no, we don't know who the people behind her are, I don't think. Not really sure if we know who they are. Was it Golan? I don't... Golan had kind of like that sketchy kind of look as well, but it wasn't... What's this bug? It's not like letting me switch back. It's such a weird bug. Hold on. Golan. No, yeah, like it's a bit more sketchy, but it's not the same. Like that has like very... like prominent line art. Who was it? No, I must know. Hold on, let me go browse my folder of all ECB art. hold on. Sort by eyes, view, large icons. Very like look like it's a very strong inky line art, you know? What is it? Former chief? What do you mean former chief? Pilja or Shin? I don't think I actually have those in my folder. Hold on, let me look at the others first. Coco. It's not the early ones. Wow, now that I think actually look through them, there are so many styles of the ECB art. Coco a little bit, but I think like she's a bit too small to really see if the line art matches up. But maybe a bit. I kind of see the vision a little. Hilda's is really soft. Yeah, it's like I think it's like the blue art of her or something. If I'm not mistaken, I don't remember. Guys, remembering things is difficult. It's really familiar, right? Like, I swear I've seen this on someone else. But who? It's not Rice. Swear down. I've seen PTN art in this style something else. Oh yeah, Hamel does kind of give the energy. Yeah. I think it's like the color contrast, you know, they use, and like the way they use the lighting, that kind of glow does kind of give that vibe. It's not Yugu. Yugu is like lineless, if I'm not mistaken. I remember it's like a very elegant lineless kind of art. Well, let's go back to play. If I figure it out, I'll tell you guys. I don't remember, who is it? Okay, let's go back. So we are on S3 right now. We have to keep going and get our S5. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to not missing stream for once. Appreciate you being here. 10 pulls. These pulls are stressing me out, guys. We are going into Ultra Cube soon, y'all. We're headed there. We're on the way. I don't appreciate having to use Ultra Cube. Is it because I didn't complain? Is it because I didn't complain? Do I have to complain? I don't have that much tea, you guys. Like I said, my life is a lot more peaceful than you think. I really don't have that much tea. Do I have any other tea to talk about? The second-hand tea count? Let's ask the rest of the chat. Guys, the second-hand tea count, like tea that's not related to me, or maybe like tea that's not related to PTN, it's just like an entertaining story. And you guys think that counts? You think Hilda wants to know that? That's the most dangerous tea. That's the best tea because y'all don't know who it's about, so I can talk about, I can just freely speak about it. That's the best kind of tea. Tea is tea. Hilda wants, so any kind of information. Tea is tea. There's so much tea regarding GFL2. All I know about GFL2 is that the character's body are tea. That's the tea I know. No harm in trying. She'll appreciate. Okay, sure, fine. Let me think of. Let me try to think of something not suspiciously, sufficiently interesting. What kind of tea do you guys want to listen to? Like someone in getting in trouble kind of tea? Relationship tea? Or you guys want to hear like friendship drama tea? It's all unrelated to me, so I can like give like all the juicy details. Or do you guys want to listen to like what other tea do I know about? Maybe work tea, maybe not. Maybe not that. Now that you guys mention it, I actually have a lot of other non-PTN related kind of tea to talk about. Why is my viewer count going up? What? You guys are so nosy. You guys are so nosy. Like streamer, like chat. Okay. Other game related, I don't really play. Genuinely, I don't really play other games. I'm not like saying this to be diplomatic. I mostly play like single player games. Like I play like Souls-likes. I play like Minecraft, like alone. So I don't really have tea related to other game communities. What happened to the peaceful life of your? Oh, it didn't happen to me. I'm just listening to it. You know. Okay, so this tea I've told the Sin team members before. I've told this one. So my this is like, how do I properly frame this situation? So a friend of mine, have I told this story before? Stop me if I've told this story before. So I have a friend who is very based and I respect her a lot, and she is the youngest in like her generation, in like, so she's married now. So between the two families of like her and her husband's, she's the youngest of like their generation, like among all of their siblings. And this is really important because she is, I think she's like 4 years younger than her husband. I think something like that. So like a few years. And then her husband is the youngest on his side of the family as well. So like everyone is like significantly noticeably older than them. Also, for context, my friend is 29 this year, so she's not like super young. So it's not like a creepy situation. Don't worry. So she's 29, 30 this year. I'm a bad friend, but she's almost 30. So she got married, I think earlier this year, if I'm not mistaken. And the reason I don't remember is because it's really sudden. Because of this story is how it happened. So, older brother of her husband, at the time they were just still dating, older brother got engaged to like a bridezilla. And the older brother is like, I think like 7 or 8, maybe like 10 years older than the younger brother, like quite a significant difference. There are a couple of like siblings. So because of that, obviously, he and the older brother and the bride-to-be at the time were quite getting on with age, let's say, for Asian families. Because, like, you know, in Asia, it's like the moment you graduate from university, like, when are you gonna get married? You know, when you have a boyfriend, when you have a girlfriend, when you gonna bring someone home, when you gonna settle down? Yeah, you're forever alone. No one wants you, you know? So it's like... So they were like... almost, I think they're like late 30s when they announced that they were engaged and they were gonna plan their wedding. So it's pretty late by Asian standards. So, and also it was the oldest son, so there was like some pressure for him to like get married, you know. And then she was like a huge bridezilla about it, and she really, really, really annoyed my friend because the future sister-in-law, I'm just called sister-in-law, the sister-in-law would always try to show off that she was like the better girl marrying into the family. You know, she's like the better future daughter-in-law. And then she would always like put down my friend, which is really ironic because my friend is like the most housewife of housewives to ever housewife, but in like the really badass, you know, like how Filipino nurses are really nurturing, but they will kick your fucking ass. Yeah, she's like that. So I was like, her home is spotless. No matter when I visit her, it's like you could eat a meal off the floor. It's so clean, and she's so good at cooking. I think very few people that I know are good at cooking because I'm so picky about like the standard of cooking, because I'm quite good at cooking myself. She's really good at cooking. She is like dream, and she's so pretty as well. She's like dream daughter-in-law material, and she knows that. She's like very self-assured kind of woman, so she knows that about herself, and she got really annoyed at her sister-in-law for being like that. And she, like I said at the start of the story, she's really based. That's very important. She's really, really based. She just does things. She doesn't care about convention. So, it got really irritating. And then she was complaining about it to her boyfriend at the time. And then she said, like, blah, 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 blah. This person's like so irritating. And then like, then she said, I bet if I got married first, she would lose her mind. And then her husband now, he's such a shit starter as well. You know why? Because what he said in response was, well, if you want to, why not? And I was like, you two are a match made in hell. And then he further added, in my family, we are very traditional. So we have this tradition. I don't think all Chinese families do it. So like my family doesn't have a tradition like this. So we're very traditional in my family. So if like all the sleeping agents in chat. So if like two people marry into the family, so in like layman's terms, like if two brides marry into the family, then you can't do it in the same year. You can only have one person marrying into the family in a year, unless the other one is like, let's say it's a male, you know, child marrying like out of the family. So that's okay, you know. So like it can't be like both like two brides in or like two grooms out of the family like that. Does that make sense? You know, in the family. So like they're like very traditional in that sense. And the wedding of the sister-in-law and the older brother was supposed to be like September. Like I think it was like supposed to be around now or like last month, August, September. It's in early autumn, sometime around that. And then my friend complains to me about all that, and then she wanted to ask my opinion about like some other big tangentially related family drama. And then we just talked about that, and then I asked the Sin team members for their opinion because like some of them are Asian as well, so I was like maybe they would have some insight. Like, is this like a cultural thing? I don't know. So make it a no, they didn't make it a double wedding. You know what happened? After I discussed with the Sin team members, and then I gave her my feedback. Okay, like this is what they think is probably going on. It's like some weird power play, like power struggle shit in the family for like status or something. And then like she's just like, you know, she wants to be like the oldest like bride in the family, married in, so like she has like the highest status among like all the women in that generation, because like again they're quite traditional. And then you know what my friend does? I was like, oh yeah, sure, okay, yeah, I see that, I see the vision. Do you know what my friend tells me a couple of days later? You will never guess. Well, maybe you will, based on how I've been telling the story. A couple of days later, I open my messenger, and it's like, hey, I'm married now. I was like, of course you did that. They just went to the government office, brought along like I think like two or three of their friends as witnesses, because you need witnesses to like officiate the wedding. Just brought a couple of your friends along, like, hey, just come with us to do an errand, we'll treat you to lunch or something. Just brought them along, went to the government office, signed the papers, and then just took a picture, dropped the bomb in the family group chat. I was like, ma'am, I have never respected someone so much in my life. Bro, the meltdown that followed, it was so good. Like, I didn't like the bitch of a sister-in-law just from listening to the story. I was like, she has bad vibes, she has Bridezilla vibes, you know, and like she's gonna be like an annoying bitch for like eternity when she marries into the family. And when she told me what I told you guys earlier about what her then boyfriend, now husband, said, I was like, you guys are a match made in hell. I can't believe you both went along with it. They're made for each other. Good for them. And they're still, it's only been like, I think a half a year at this point, because this happened like earlier this year, I believe. It was like half a year at this point, but they've been together for like quite a long time. Like, I think they got together like sometime in uni or like late uni. They've been like together since then. So it's not like a sudden relationship either. So it's not like they rushed into it. They've like known each other for a while. And yeah, it was like unfathomably based behavior. And yes, the sister-in-law had like an epic meltdown. And yes, because of that, the wedding had to be postponed to next year. Because they had to follow like the tradition. Well, you can't have like two brides marrying into the family in the same year. So I was like, wait. And they can't wait until like January or something. Because I think it has to be according to the Chinese calendar, and the Chinese calendar refreshes on like February? Is it February next year? Or something like, it's like late January or February. That's when the year actually refreshes. So that happened. I was like, wow. Damn. Remind me to never get on her bad side. This bitch is built different. That's crazy. I respect it so much. Did they move under a bridge? Oh hell no. Like, they have like their own house. They have like pets. They have like the career sorted. They're like, they have it all together. There's nothing they could be threatened with. Like, just went for it. Crazy. Man. That's such a... This is so based. If someone is doing stupid shit and playing in your face, play back in their face. I respect it so much. Yes, that is the tangential, unrelated to me tea. I was really satisfied hearing how much the sister-in-law, future sister-in-law, I guess, was complaining because of this whole thing. I was like, I don't know, man. Honestly, like, they should have expected it because, I mean, clearly she did this, so she just is kind of the person, like, who would do something like this, you know? So, like, why are they surprised that she would do something like that? She's just the type who would. I feel like they should know their own son well enough. Now the tea is in effect. Do you guys feel like that's been enough tea? Hello, new people, you might be very confused, but it seems like we're trying to use the summoning method of telling stories, telling tea to interest Hilda in receiving the news and coming home. What did the mother-in-law and father-in-law say? The husbands? Like the one of the parents of the brother? Oh, they were happy about it because you know why? They don't like the sister-in-law as well. They don't like that future sister-in-law too. They're like, they don't think she's capable. They don't think like she earns enough money to make up for not being capable, and like they don't like her attitude. They don't like that her side of the family is expecting them to pay for half of the wedding. Like, it's tradition for parents to pay for half of the wedding, right? But like, she's the one who wants an extravagant wedding, so like, they don't like her as well. So I was like, the mom, because I know their family as well, because I'm like we're all like, we just all kind of know each other, our families. So the mom nagged them like on a very surface level way, like, oh, you know, like they've been planning the wedding for like so long, like she was so excited about it, you guys shouldn't have done that. Oh, but oh well, I guess we can't do anything about it and we have to adhere to tradition. What can we do about it? You know, like kind of like that. You know, like you could obviously tell she wasn't actually mad about it, which is just the funniest thing to me ever. But yeah, no one likes that future sister-in-law, and by extension me neither. The psychological attempt to get the spy to fight. Yes, exactly. We need to like get her interested, so she like comes and she's like, I have to know the rest, you know. Yeah, so that is basically how it goes. Oh, should I have ended on a cliffhanger? Maybe the next one we should end on a cliffhanger, so that Hilda has to come home to find out more. Nah, that's the strat. We have to have a cliffhanger. Because everyone's getting triggered by like the Asian parents nagging them to get married thing. It happened. Well, it didn't really happen to me as well, because I'm not very close to my one of my parents. I'm quite close to the other one, but my other parent knows not to nag me about it. So doesn't happen to me. But I do know like it's a thing that happens to most people. But yeah, so let us try again to resume polling and see. Oh no, we didn't end on... See guys, I think we have to end on a cliffhanger. Otherwise, she's not interested. Ayah. Should we start something else? Should we start a different one as like a bonus for her cliffhanger? You know, leave it on a cliffhanger, so she has to come home to find out. What else do I know? Imagine them divorcing on paper and marrying again just to postpone the sister-in-law's wedding. I don't think they would be that bothered too, because divorcing is actually quite a lot of paperwork. But I think if it was less paperwork, they might actually do it. I feel like that would I feel like they would actually do it. I can't also, by the way, you guys cannot believe, I don't know if it's because it's evening time and you guys are like getting off work or waking up on like the other side of the globe or something. Welcome, by the way, to everyone who just entered. But I can't believe my viewer count is going up while I'm gossiping about stories unrelated to Path to Nowhere. Y'all are so nosy. so nosy, all of you. should have stopped before resolving what they actually did. Right, exactly. Oh, that was a good story. I think I picked a good one. What else? I have to think about. I tell about friendship drama. I think like maybe that's a little too close to home or something. What else can I talk about? To be honest, I think most of the drama that I know is work drama, which I can't talk about because work. And some of them ended up being like legal cases where like people got sued. So I can't really talk about those either. Like, I mean, I'm not worried that people will find out where I work or something, but... Oh, dude! Green tea hand coming in clutch. Do you have any childhood grudges? Yes, I do. I do. I have one childhood grudge, but I will never, ever forget it. Ever. Because you know why? It was a teacher who was picking on me. Yes, that's how sad it was, how pathetic it was. A grown adult was having beef with a 9-year-old child. I'm not kidding, I was 9 at the time. I remember very clearly. I was 9, I was 8 and I was for 2 years. I was 8 and 9. And a grown-ass woman was having beef with me for no reason. Anyway, so the story is... You should have hypercubes without telling then pull. I haven't finished telling it yet. So basically, the story is there was a teacher I had in grade school that I really don't know why. They just mysteriously had a grudge against me because I was not like the most perfectly behaved, but I wasn't disruptive. I always submitted my homework. You know, I got good grades and stuff like that, so it's just kind of like minded my own business basically, and I didn't cause any trouble, and all the other teachers were fine with me. So it's just this one fucking bitch, and none of the other students liked her either, so it's not just me. And okay, Hilda, now that you've heard that far, you want to know the story. Now you have to come home to find out. Let's keep going. Oh no, is she not falling for the bait? Hold up, please. You want to know, right? It's the deepest grudge that I've carried for decades of my life. Come on, you want to know, girl. You want to know what happened, and you want to know how I took revenge. You want to know. Oh, come on, Hilda, please. Is she not interested in things that happen to an 8-year-old child? Is that it? She wants like more serious. She wants like stakes, high stakes. Maybe after seeing the torment of war isn't good enough for her. Unfortunately. Oh, perhaps. This was 60, I believe. 60 pulls. It worked. Now we all know the strategy for pulling Hilda. You have to tell her gossip and then leave on a cliffhanger. That's how you have to do it. We've unlocked the code. Okay, so thank you for coming home, Hilda. I will now share the story of what happened when I was 9 years old. So basically, this bitch, not you, Hilda, the teacher. You're lovely, you're wonderful, gorgeous, beautiful. It was a teacher, and she just had a grudge against me for pretty much no reason. And she would make up stuff about me that like I would steal other students' stuff, that I would not turn in my homework, which I clearly knew that I did. Because so basically how homework works is like, you know, someone like the class rep will collect all of like the homework and put it in a stack and then give it to the teacher, right? So the class rep knew that they'd taken the homework from me. So like there was like evidence of like people knowing, seeing that like I submitted the homework and stuff and all of that. So I was like definitely not hallucinating. It wasn't just like, oh, I forgot to do it a couple of times. I definitely knew I did the homework, I submitted the projects, everything. And she would always like single me out in class and say like I didn't, and then like scold me and then call me like a fucking dumbass and like all that kind of shit, right? Okay, like an idiot and like I can't do anything right, all that kind of things. And then she would also always, I remember this, she would always assign me to clean the windows. So in school, I'm not sure because I didn't go to grade school in the UK. I went to grade school in Asia. So there's like, here students have to do the class chores by ourselves. So you know, like in Japan, for example, like, you know, there's like, oh, let's stay after school to like clean the board or sweep or whatever. Like we actually do that. So I had to do that, and I used to have really bad eczema when I was a kid. It was like so bad, I would like patches of my skin bleeding. It was like really, really bad, especially like my hands as well. And this motherfucker would always make me only do one of two chores. One, clean the board, which would mean I would get my hands covered in chalk, which hurt like hell because of my eczema. Because it dries out your hands a lot and it really hurts. And you have to wash your hands, which hurts more. Or she would make me clean the dirty windows, which again, it gets in your hands and it really hurts. Like she would never let me sweep the floor. She would never let me like tidy up the desks or like do like things like that, you know, or just like empty the bin. And like the bin doesn't have food or stuff, you know, it's just like paper. So like she would never give me those chores that were more suitable for someone who had like a condition like that. She would always give me the ones that hurt the most. I hated this bitch. Anyway. So because of all that, I really hated her, really didn't like her. I was also really annoyed. I mean, I understand because they were all kids, but no one stood up for me as well, which kind of sucked. And then there was more lore and tea to that. Maybe I'll share that another time. But then one day while I was doing the chore, I forgot what chore I was doing, but I was like tidying something up after class. It was either, I don't remember exactly, it was either after class or it was while everyone else was doing something. Because so you guys, because I complain about my health a lot, right? I was always kind of not that healthy. So sometimes doing like sports classes, I would be allowed to skip and like rest in the classroom because I just couldn't like run around or like run around in the sun or just even like sit in the sun like other kids could. And then it could have been that, or it could have been like before class, before it started or something. But basically no one else was in the class. So I was like tidying up, and then when for some reason, I don't remember why, for some reason I opened like the cabinet with like the shelves and stuff where the teachers would store like the homework in there, like the books, some of like the paper projects and stuff, you know, like submissions, homework and stuff in there. And then for some reason, I don't remember why I went to look, but I went to look, and then I found, I'm not kidding, 4 of my books, my homework books, hidden in like so you know, like shelves, like metal shelves, right? They're joined from like a bunch of different parts, right? So like the most bottom part of it is like one piece, and then like the walls are like different pieces, you know? And then there's like a small gap because like the pieces slot on each other or something like that. So like there's like a small gap between each one, right? So like I went to dig, and then for some reason I found 4 of my homework books. I bought copies, by the way, because she just said that I never submitted them. So I just didn't have one anymore because I submitted it. And if you don't give me one back, I don't have one anymore, right? So I just bought new ones. And then I found them with my name on it, my handwriting, with the homework done in it. In there. Like hidden intentionally. You know, it wasn't just like one that fell in. It was multiple of them. And then like at that moment in my like 9-year-old brain, everything clicked. I was like, this motherfucker. And then the rest of it is a cliffhanger, so you're gonna have to wait and see what I did to her. Hilda, are you ready to come home? Would you like to know what 9-year-old Ian Corey Grace did to a teacher that wronged them? And the reason I so clearly remember it was when I was 9 is because when I was 10, I was transferred because of this incident. That's why I very, very clearly remember what age it happened. Hilda, do you want to know? Hilda! Yes! And what she wanted to know! In 10! We have it. The strategy to bring Hilda home. Tea with cliffhangers. Let's go. X5 Hilda has been obtained. Oh my god, so good. I can stop stressing now. I can stop worrying. I was afraid the owner of this account would have to log in and buy more polls, because they were like, before the stream, they were like, don't worry if you don't have enough polls, I will log in and buy like more polls if you need it. I was like, I hope we don't get to that point, okay? We didn't need it. Let's go. We have another clippable stream. I have more content. Very pog. Okay, so I'm so sorry for like randomly yelling at a high pitch. I'm just very excited, you know, because I always feel bad about using too many polls, so I get like very excited when I don't have to use that many polls. Okay, so okay, I'll not make Hilda wait anymore. Thank you so much for coming home. So what happened is, remember, and the reason I kept emphasizing my age is because remember I was 9. Okay, I was in like what, 3rd grade. I was like a child, okay, a single-digit age child. I took all of it. And then I took also like the, you know, like the chore sheet, the paper and stuff. And then because I have like a permanent medical like form thing, paper thing that I always like have with me as proof that, you know, I can't like do certain sports, I can't like do certain activities. And I took like the paper with the sheet saying like, oh, who's assigned to doing what? And like blah blah blah. So I took all of those books and then I took like that chore sheet off the board and I took like my form, everything. I went to the principal's office in the middle of the fucking day when everyone was at lunch, because no one goes to the principal's office at lunch, right? Who does that? Everyone goes to eat, because lunch in Asia, lunch is really short. So it's only like half an hour, 40 minutes. I think in the UK you get like a bit longer. So like you might do some other stuff or like might go out and like chill or something, whatever. But no, in Asia it's like really short, it's like 30 minutes, right? And yes, I was 9-year-old and I had the concept of receipts. Yes. So I was like, lunchtime, got it all, went to the principal's office, and I was like, excuse me, I'm here to see the principal. And they were like, oh, what do you want? Remember, 9-year-old child. I was like, okay, what do you want to see the principal for? And I was like, I want to show the principal these things. And then they were like, oh, well, the principal is busy now. I was like, but it's the... And then I said, I had so much audacity. I didn't remember this part, the second half. But my mom told me, because my mom ended up being called for obvious reasons. So my mom ended up telling me the recounting of what happened after this point. And then apparently, instead of waiting like a normal person or being intimidated or assured by an adult, it's like, oh, you can wait here for a while or something, and then or like, why didn't you go into class or whatever. None of that worked on me. You know what I did? I went straight into the principal's room from like the outside of like the admin office. I just went straight in. I just like opened the door and I just went in. I was like, excuse me, I need to tell you something. I just like put everything down and then I just like yapped out the whole story. And then from there it just became chaos, and then I refused to leave apparently. I was like, I wouldn't go back to class. I wouldn't just like chill, wouldn't do anything. And then they had to call my mom because of that. And yes, as you guys may have suggested before, at this point, that teacher got fired. And she was so upset when she got fired because like it was like a couple days later. And then she was like in such a bad mood, and she was like crying and stuff and upset. And then her son as well, I think, was forced to transfer schools because like if the teacher did that kind of thing, you know, then it's like you probably wouldn't be able to like have your kids still go to that school as well. You probably have to transfer because like it's not like a teacher doing like being like slightly harsh on a student. The teacher was bullying a student and the student came with receipts, bitch. But yeah, so all of that happened, and that's the story of how don't fuck with me. I always keep receipts since I was at the age of 9. Stood on business since I was a single digits in age. Okay. But yes, I have always been like this. So you guys have been wondering like, wow, E is like really really likes to argue with people. I don't like to argue with people. People come and look for trouble with me. I'm just standing up for myself. Okay? Do you guys think if a child back in the day, this isn't like now where parents can complain and then like the principal is forced to make concessions? No, back then they still smacked kids. They would be like, oh, you got like 2 mistakes on your spelling test, and then you'd get like smacked 20 times. That was my childhood. Do you guys really think that kind of environment would have allowed a kid to get away with this if it was just for fun? No. I stood on business ever since I was born. My mom was pretty proud of me for that. You just came back and missed everything. It's okay, it's on the YouTube VOD. I keep my VODs all up on YouTube anyway. So like I don't really like remove them or anything because I don't feel like I say anything that needs to be scrubbed. If I say it, I would stand by it. I would like stand on business on it, you know? But I've always been like this. It's not that I like arguing. I don't like arguing with people. Hot take, hot information. Actually don't like arguing. It tires me out. It stresses me out, and I'm just like, I don't want to argue with people. Can we not all just be normaler? But people keep looking for problems, and I will not back down if someone brings a fight to me. I may not start fights, but I will finish them. Yeah, just to listen to the tea. Yo, go eat, drink, go to the bathroom, whatever. Don't go. The VOD will be here. Okay? You don't have to do all that for the tea, but honestly, I do the same thing. I'll be like, tell me more. What is, oh, drink water. Yes, I myself need to drink water as well. Thank you, thank you. Yes, that is today's multiple tea session. That is, thank you so much, Green Tea Hen, for the prompt. Like, when you said that, do you have any childhood grudges? Oh, the emotion of it all flashed back into my mind instantly. I just remembered, I was like, I have to tell you guys this one. It's so good. 10 out of 10 prompt, thank you. Okay, I'm not going to open the shackles because, well, I don't really need to test those, so I'm mostly going to just level her. Fusion. I guess it'll open some boxes. Have you ever, guys, jump scare, have you ever seen that many boxes in your life? I'm just gonna level her and then just like test a couple of like things with her kit. Like, can you force her to not summon? You know, like things like that. Oh shit, I should have fused. Never mind, I can fuse phase 3. See, now that the tea is over, people are leaving the stream. It's really true what they say. Like streamer, like chat. No, before I started streaming, I didn't really believe that. But now I definitely do. Most people really just came for, yeah, they weren't even interested in you, Sinner. They were just like, oh, gossip? That's not even related to PTN, just gossip in general. This art is so good. I really like Hilda's. art. Also, something about the scarf reads very British to me. It's just me. You know, it feels like a very British thing. It's just me. So someone did mention that she may have been inspired by, you know, the Enigma Machine, Alan Turing, Bletchley Park, like her event in general, things like that. And you know, they were British. So I was like, oh, maybe? I kind of see the vision, you know? But I wasn't personally very sure because I'm not like well researched into all of that yet, question mark. I don't know if I will be. So I was like, I didn't post about that yet. I was like, I see the vision, I see the vibe. Let's see. Level up to 80. Chat is just Hilda. Y'all are relating real good to her. You guys know. Let's see. Skills 7. What stage do I even test on? Let's see. Because I got test in Dark Zone is the problem. Arcane Crit is best tested in Dark Zone for like actual damage output. So I think, okay, I think a good plan is we test for Hypatia and Hilda's new gimmicks. Like, do their summons still work the same? Like, did they fix like this thing or that thing? Go to a TOA boss. Oh dear lord. Let's test first. I would like to know if it is possible to reasonably easily play her in Arcane Crit. So these are just like small tests. Okay, you know, actually I need like 5 people, so let me literally just like ban. Or oh, maybe I make them stand here so these 3 are blocked. Yeah, okay, I'm smart, I'm so smart. Hilda. And then we need Hilda. I need to bookmark her so she is easy to find. We are testing. So how Hypatia, actually I'll test Hypatia. So how Hypatia is supposed to work is if oh, she's reticle. If all of these are blocked, she should not be able to summon her construct. I don't know if they fixed that. Shit, they fixed it. Okay. I mean, it's not too bad of an issue for Hypatia. So you can see now it's summoned on like the closest available tile. It's not too bad for her, but does it work on Hilda? I have to update the... Oh god, okay, hold on. Let me write some note. Summon... No. Her doesn't work anymore. Oh, it doesn't work for her either. Also, doesn't work for Hilda. This is bad news for playing her in Arcane Crit. Let's try this instead. If it's all possible tiles, I'm fairly confident it should work. But okay, so we let these sinners do too much damage, so I have to like move them away. So I need Ying Ying, and then I need to give Hilda bonus crit rate. So I need to put Yuko on the field as well. Crit rate. I think Judgment gives crit rate. Yeah, Judgment gives crit rate. So I'm giving her crit rate because I want to try and trigger her crit to see if it works in Arcane Crit if I kill the summon. So if I bring you equal out. Okay, so It only inherits like 100% of HP, so she'll be quite fragile because she is just an arcane. It's taking a while for this to die. Okay. Did it hit the crit? That's kind of annoying because I have to try a couple of times to see if it can crit. Is there a center piece that increases crit rate? I don't think so, right? Oh, this count has S5 or more, so I can use that to help. Give her corridor to boost more crit rate to try and like make the odds better. Where's hope? Do we not have? Oh, there we go. Hope. Okay. At LL. Oh yeah, right. That's smart. So I can try more than one. Where is she? Okay. There we go. So I have to make sure like the attacks are not hitting the boss. No, that's kind of annoying. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Yuigu here. I'm gonna put these two far behind so that their basic attacks all don't hit. So if it's a crit, it's definitely from her ult. So I just want to make sure it's not like coming from a basic attack and I get confused. Okay, HP bars come out. Put over here. Really? It had to hit her of all people? Come on. Oh my god, I had to hit her of all people, right? I think it didn't crit. My god, this is actually way more annoying than I thought it would be. Let's reposition. It really just had to hit her of all people. Let's try that again. Preferably with luck that's not so bad. I could just wait that maybe. Yeah, whatever. Okay, got Ying Ying this time. That didn't crit. Okay, I'm gonna stand here. Did it crit? Can she not crit? Is it because this counts as... Well, I mean, normal attack damage should be able to crit as well. Oh, hold on. This is treated as normal attack damage. Is it normal attack damage that cannot crit, or am I just really unlucky? Because I just realized Ying Ying makes Arcane Sinner skill damage crit. So Ying Ying would not be able to work with her, unlike 11, because 11's ult is skill damage. But Hilda's is not. Hilda's is treated as normal attack damage. It doesn't say it can't crit, but Ying Ying wouldn't help in this scenario. And that's pretty high crit. That should be like 30-30. I mean, I'm gonna try one more time, just to be sure. But I think that's pretty convincing evidence it actually cannot crit. Please don't be Hilda. Please, literally be anyone else but Hilda. No, I don't think her ult can crit. Look, this is like Yuigu's ult is going. Almost ult is going as well. You guys can't see well because of the notepad, but like I think you guys saw the animation go off and like you have the little animation here to show it's active. these are all not critting. I really think if it crit, at least one of them would have rolled a crit at this point, right? I don't think her ult can crit. I don't think Hilda's ult can crit. Maybe allows arcane experiences. Even if casted by herself. Ults to skill damage or skill damage to crit. But her Hilda's ult is considered an A damage anyway. Interesting. Does it just say anywhere that it can't crit? It doesn't actually say that it can't crit. It just says this damage is treated as normal attack damage. It doesn't say like Coco. Like for example, Coco's literally says this ability cannot crit. Interesting. It's probably similar to Hypatia in that case. Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. It counts as normal attack damage, but it's still an ult. And because it's not like a basic attack, it doesn't natively crit. You know? So it's kind of like similar to Hypatia's ult, even if she's the one who casts it. Does make sense. I agree. I'm inclined to agree with that reasoning. Ah, that sucks. So Hilda is completely out for arcane crit. Like that, they even removed that possibility. So we're back to 11 for suddenly taking main DPS out of the team into another team purposes. Okay. This is a very specialized team. If this is the case, you can't even use it. Crit, arcane crit. Oh, not shackles. How many stones do... Have you guys ever seen that many stones in your entire life? I was about to say, how many ECB stones does this account have? Maybe I could open the ECB to, you know, try a run of TOA and see how it does. I wasn't expecting this jump scare. Bro, I knew it was a lot, but I didn't know it was like 100 a lot. There's like resources that are scarce. Not on this account. I mean, I guess we don't super need this right now. I mean, I'll wait for permission from the account owner, actually, or like let them decide if they want to open the ECB. I'll leave it for now because it's not because we don't have resonance yet. Bro, I'm still a duck. Hold on, I want to go back to being a person. Give me a second. Fun fact, this starting opening song is called Fluffing a Duck. So I have too many copies of my other model, so I keep forgetting which one is like actually the updated one. Bro, which one is it? Oh, there we go. I found myself. Hello, I'm back. Hold on. Hello, I am back. Too tall. Hold on. Y'all don't need to see that much of myself. Just look at my gorgeous face. Okay. There we go. Where is my game? There we go. I'm just gonna leave it for now, I guess. She's not the main DPS in this team. Hypatia is. I guess Hypatia takes very Bell Tower, maybe? It's less diluted. Oh wait, no, it's kind of diluted on Hypatia actually, because she has a lot of mult zones to do with bosses. 7? EKG music versus EKG exp. Hey, it's not that bad, okay? Oh shit. Well, actually, no, I swear a lot. Okay, it is kind of bad. So, I have a fun fact. Because I swear casually so much, I have special exceptions on the Sin server's auto mod. Because auto mod, on like a public server level, usually censors some. What permission max her out, please? Okay, I will. Okay, I've gotten approval to use her to level her ECB, so let's go. But because auto mod filters out some swearing, I have special exceptions from auto mod because I swear so much I would keep getting my messages blocked, and the mods found it really funny, so they put an exception so that I would stop getting blocked by auto mod. Yes, so I do swear quite a lot, I think. Yeah, at least I'm self-aware about it, okay? I wasn't like denying it to the end. I thought about it, I was like, yeah, I guess. I'm gonna get her to 999. I'm not gonna use soap. I'm gonna get her 999. Maybe 7 for this one. No, maybe I'll do like 777, and this one that buffs, like helps to buff Hypatia, I will get to 9. Yeah, I think that's a good order of business. Let me open a few because I need quite a few of them. I think like the alt is more worth it. I probably have to like actually crunch the numbers, but I think the alt's more worth it. Bell Tower on one and Buried Within on the other. Yeah, I was thinking of that. I think that's probably the move. So I'm too lazy to do the math, so I'm just gonna keep opening the boxes manually. I mean, I guess this resonates, so it will help buff Hypatia, so we level this one. Yeah, okay, let's do that. So I think it's more important to level her passives, I think, once we actually get the other teammate. Because these resonate, or we can buff. Then I'll leave that for now. And then I'll leave this at 7 for now. We'll get the shackles later on, and then I'll get her ECB. I'll be given permission to max, so I'm just gonna go for it, even though this like scares me. Real lackadaisical use of resources. Okay, Buried Within. Do we not have filter? Oh wait, no, it's 1 and 2. 1 Zhongwu, and then Creation. Oh, Hypatia has it on right now. Whatever. Okay. After streaming for 2.5 hours, what did I say after streaming for 2.5 hours? What did I say? Did I say something? Did I say something strange? I don't even remember. Hypatia. Let's go for Bell Tower. Thing is though, yeah, I guess I think if I'm not mistaken, this is an independent mult zone. Hypatia's ECB. And when was it? Oh, I think was it in Shackles? I don't remember if it was an independent mult zone. I might have to rewatch Yen's video or something to check that. Anyway, let me give her Bell Tower and see how it performs. Let's do a very casual run. And I'll deal with the rest Oh, not peak test. TOA. 迷蒙. Ugh. Look at the bosses. Oh, brother. Brother. Alright, let's go fight. Do I need any sinners from here? No? Okay, I'll just leave that. Oh my god, I need shit! Come back. Hold on. I'm lazy? I am lazy. I'm very lazy. Can I assist someone's shin so I don't have to go back out? I'm too lazy to do that. No, but they probably don't have a shin with homecoming. Motherfucker. Okay, whatever. I'll go back out. What is the highest score in this? 165 million. Hold on, let me write that down. Let's start. Great. Let me re-challenge it. RQ. I don't remember this boss's mechanics, so we're probably gonna flounder for a couple of seconds, a couple of rounds, if I figure out what the hell is going on. Let me actually play an equivalent team first. So I want to play and show you guys, because I haven't had the opportunity to make the video. I want to show you guys Adela, how she does. It's like you have to like stand everyone kind of far away from each other, and then she wants IE as a core breaker, I think. And then she has 100% crit rate, so she doesn't more. Yeah, more. Who else was in her team? Who else was in? Faye? Graves? No, but Graves wouldn't be able to stack all of that. But he wouldn't get the normal attack damage bonus. Who was the last member? I don't remember. Oh, we have Bai to break. We don't have to worry about breaks. We could use Parfait, I guess. Like, you know, might as well. She's right there. Let's do it like that, I guess, and then move Yelena like away, and move Yelena like here or something. Then we have Shin to heal everyone, so I think that's fine. Yeah, okay, sure, let's go for that. And then we'll give Parfait not homecoming. Actually, Shin has nothing to take. Maybe just the healing set, because we don't really need her to be doing all that. I mean, you know, we'll just leave her on this. Why not? Whatever. We'll just leave her on this. And then Yelena can take... sure, I guess she can go here after glow. And then Parfait can take... tuning. Whatever. That works. And then... Bai can take... Oh, Bai can take the support build. And heartache. Yeah, okay. I'm cooking. Hold on. So the idea behind this is that you use Bai for the core breaks, and with the EX slot, you immediately help to transfer extra breaks to Adela so she can stack Parfait's what do you call it? Stacks? Credit, yeah. So I do need to actually borrow like an unused one here. This one's fine. We're gonna do a weird support build with Bai's own EX node. We'll open... sure, I mean we don't actually need that. We don't need that. And then choice. Then at this point we just add like whatever. Yeah, whatever. Okay. And then wait, no, she needs heartache. Bro, this crime brand setup is taking ages, I'm so sorry. Forever. Eternal. Why I have my TOA team set up in my own account, because I just can't be bothered to do this every single day of my life. Can't be bothered. Okay, so that one's done. Parfait got her corridor taken away, so I have to give it back to her. I'm not sure she really needs it, to be honest. And then Adela can take Judgment. We don't need crit rate. What we need is more damage. I don't know. Do we have like a good one piece in slot 1 now? I don't think so, right? Let's just still like take tower, even though it's not like super useful for her. Yeah, whatever. Okay, we'll just leave it on tower even though it's like it's not perfect. And Mora will take Dreamflower inversion for uptime.